Freezing temperatures are almost here, and we've got to save this lettuce. Hey folks, welcome back to the Rockin' Sea Homestead. My name is Lance. I want to welcome you to our channel. And as you heard, here in Oklahoma, we're about to get our first freeze of the season. It's a little early, but hey, it is Oklahoma, and you can always guarantee weather's going to do what it's want to do when it wants to do it. But one of the things we've talked about is putting some sort of a low tunnel cover on one of our raised beds here, especially since this is full of greens, and we want to keep those greens as long as we can. So we're going to build a little frame mount with some plastic and kind of have it like a dome and have it hinged up and closed. So that's what we're going to build today and bring you guys along. So hope you enjoy. Hey, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, reach down there, subscribe that. There's just a little button down there. Click that button, ring the bell so you get notified every time we get a video coming out. And let's get started and let's get this thing knocked out. All right, so here's kind of a little bit of our material. Of course, we got some 1x4, some 1x2s. This is going to be for the framing. And then we got some PVC piping. And then we got some PEX pipe. This is going to be for the dome. And this is going to be the support for the dome across it. Got some connectors to go along with that for fittings and to kind of strap things down to the frame. Of course, we got some 3.5 mil plastic. This is what's going to cover it. Got an extra one because you never know when you need that on the Homestead. And of course, just some hinges, a little thing to lock it down, a couple knob or handles, and then we got some strapping to kind of lock these things down or attach the pieces together because they're such thin pieces of board. So that's kind of the material we're going to have. So let's get started and we'll show you what we're doing. All right, so our first step here is to build the base of the low tunnel system. So we're using 1x4s. And like I said, this is going to be the foundation. And since there's not a lot of meat on this wood here, so we're going to use these little straps to kind of go over and screw into these so we have enough. So it kind of holds them together. And we're hoping that will be enough. I guess we'll find out. But like I said, there's not really enough room to kind of screw into the sides, that kind of stuff. So like I said, we're going to make this the same area as the raised bed surface because that's what's going to be holding that on. And we want that nice and tight as we can get it. And so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to make a little big rectangle here and we'll get it going. All right, so we got our foundation built. So our next step is to installing the PEX pipe for the dome portion of it. And how we're going to do that is we're going to use these little caps. So we're going to screw the caps into here, one on each side, and then we'll put the PEX in there, and then we'll actually put a screw into the PEX so it stays firm. And we're going to put three of them up, three sections. And then after that, we'll just have to put little cross beams and the dome portion of it will be done other than the plastic. All right, so we got the hoops up. as you can see here. So now we have to install the structure, the supporting structure for it. So we just have some regular PVC, and we got these little T things here. So we're gonna run it like this. We're gonna put a screw in here so it holds it. And then we'll have to cut this one off here, but it's gonna look something like that. And of course, and then we'll do it one on top and one on the other side. And then that should give everything good stability, because we do have some pretty high winds here in Oklahoma. So as you can see, these are kind of floppy, but that's gonna hopefully tighten everything up. All right, as you can see, we've got the frame on there, and it's pretty sturdy now. So you may notice that we taped up the joints, and the reason why we did that is to protect the plastic from the screws, not really to give it any kind of stability, just mostly just to protect the plastic from the screws, because that's going to come over the top of these where these screws are. So it kind of helps protect that. And of course, we used a fashionable purple. It just makes it all pop, I think. But so from here, our next steps are going to be doing the plastic top. So what we're going to do is put down one side first. So we're going to get it all kind of laid out, get it straight, put down one side of the wood to kind of screw it in. That's how it's going to be attached to the whole frame. We're going to stretch it over really tight to this side, screw this in, and then we'll have to work the sides. The sides are a little bit complicated because you have to kind of fold it in and kind of work it down, and then put on the side pieces of it. All right, we got the plastic. Now we did punt on the plastic a little bit. We got some new stuff and we kind of got it up here, and we just didn't think it was transparent enough or translucent enough, whatever the word would be for that. It just seemed a little dark. And so we had an old piece of plastic that we used last year to cover up something. It's a little dirty, but I think it's gonna work just fine. And hey, we repurposed something, so it's even better. But we got it all strapped down. It's not super tight, but it's tight enough. So now we're just gonna go around and trim the edges, trim off all the excess, and then put on the hinges and the handles, and we're done. All right, so we got the hinges on. So the top is going to hinge out towards the middle here of the garden, just like this. So we also got a handle right here in the middle. Nice and easy. And then we also have a couple hooks, so if it gets windy, we can just latch it down. Got one on this side as well. So the only thing that I got to figure out now, and we're not going to do it today, is how to prop this up and keep it securely, because I don't think folding it over, I guess that may work. For now this will work, but I want to somehow prop it so it's secure in some fashion this way. So the wind doesn't blow it over. But I think for now this will be okay if we need to. It just blocks this hallway. But there you are. We have a little topper for our raised bed. And we're ready for some cold weather. So guys, thanks for coming along. Hopefully you learned something. Hey, and if you have any suggestions on how to secure that a little better when it comes to propping it up to let some air ventilation, because here in Oklahoma, it'll be cold for a couple days and we'll have 80 degrees back in a week. So unfortunately, these are gonna have to be removable in some sense. You just can't leave them up all the time. So, but if you have any ideas, leave them down in the comments for me. I'd really appreciate that. Hey, and while you're down there, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click that button, ring the bell, you know the story. And guys, thanks for coming back, watching the video all the way to the end. We really do appreciate that. And from our homestead to yours, have a blessed day, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.